What is up, guys? You're probably wondering where the heck I am. So, I'm actually back in the Junon area. So, this is kind of like one of the hidden side quests in order to get Aeris' ultimate limit break. And in order to get this buggy here, as you're kind of probably wondering on how the heck it got here, you can drive it all the way from where you originally were at like Nibelheim, or depends on kind of like where you were, but I didn't really feel like going to this spot just yet until I pretty much got the Tiny Bronco, just because I need a Tiny Bronco to progress further for other things. So here we are. So basically, once you have the buggy and the Tiny Bronco and stuff, from what I was doing, I drove the buggy all the way from Nibelheim area all the way through Costa de Sal. And you're probably wondering, well, how the heck do you get the buggy to the other side of the ocean? Because there is no other way for you to cross. Well, if you don't exit the buggy and you run into the city, you automatically warp into the area. And it basically just parks your buggy inside the boat. So all you do is just go to the fisherman area and you say, hey, I'm going to go to Junon. Just make me a stowaway, and you give them 100 gil, and you pretty much just come out over here. And then you exit. You can take a chopper to quickly exit, which is what I just did. You didn't see in the background because I didn't record yet. But I was able to just drive all the way to this little cave here. As you can kind of just see, like, can't really see because the map's not actually progressing over there, but that is the Condor area. And then it's the forest where we got Yuffie. And there is like an NPC that is inside this cave. So he's actually sleeping. There's like a rare item that you can get. It's called like, I think it's like called Mithril. But I know if you get like a bolt ring, you have to do like 10 more battles. Or 11, depending on what your like battles are. So this is based off of how many battles that you've done. So let's just say you did 100 battles. Since the last two numbers are even or the same, you have a chance of getting the special item. And if you don't get it, then you have to do 11 more fights. But you can't escape. You have to actually win. So when you do that, you would actually get this item, Mithril, and then you trade this item in to get two specific items, but I will show you once we actually get this. So I don't know how many battles I did, so let's just see here. I already, yeah, so sometimes his speech is just, he'll tell you like how many times you escaped, how many times you battled. 449 times. So I would have to do a couple more fights. 449, so I need to do 450, 451, 452, 453, 454, 455. So 6 battles. So you want to try to battle relatively close to this cave, because if you wander off too far and you end up getting into a battle, for me, I don't like to run away. I feel like it's shameless or shameful. I can't really talk, but I just like to have the record of like I did so many battles just because, without running away, because you know I'm not a coward and all that. But, I mean, I don't think it would affect anything from escaping because I've always done it like this method, but I do is just basically just like run around the circle and all that stuff. Hopefully it goes by really quick so that way I don't have to edit out anything, but if it gets a little too crazy, but, you know, I mean, this area is so low level to where I pretty much just like a one-shot everything. This is battle number 2. I need 4 more. Yeah, so Cloud, Yuffie, Red 13, and Aeris is the first of the crew that you can get level 4. Cloud is probably one of the more obnoxious ones, which you have to do this Battle Coliseum, which we end up seeing after this part, since we're doing side quests. Like, we already did the Yuffie section. Now we're just going here so that way, like, I could showcase as much limit breaks as I can before we pretty much get into, like, a zone to where I pretty much can't get to this area for a very long time. It's like one of the very few things in this game that would actually lock you in a specific town. It's kind of almost like, feels like you're back in Midgard, where like you're stuck in a specific thing. I believe this is 4. Just get blown away. It's actually quite interesting though, because Cloud has one of the strongest limit breaks, and I believe it's very... I would feel biased because I really like Cloud, but I do think that Sid, with his level 4, potentially does more to a single target than what Cloud can do with Omni Slash. I'm not really too sure. I haven't actually like looked at it, but I think his limit break hits more times than Omni Slash, but Omni Slash like has better crit chance. So I'm not really too sure unless if you're just max stats. And then if you're max stats, then it really doesn't matter because you almost just auto attack for 9,999 damage. I believe that's 6. So if everything's good, it should be 455, which is actually kind of crazy of how many battles I pretty much already went through in this first disc section. Who are you? I guess it was fate that I woke up and met you here. Boom, here, Mithril. Yeah! That was actually pretty awesome. Normally I'm surprised. I just totally forgot to save just in case, but I lucked out. So I was able to get the Mithril. So as I was just saying, let's see here. Where what? Where on earth did you go? I thought it was gonna be at the very bottom. Oh, key item maybe. Yep. Might be of some help to you. Absolutely. Okay. So now I'm not going to teleport. I'm going to actually show you. Now I'm kind of like done with battles now, but I'm leveling up Sid so that way we can kind of showcase a little bit of his limit breaks, because we haven't actually got to play with Sid that much since we just got him. So I feel like we played around with Vincent enough, and right now during all these little side quest videos I'll be able to kind of just show you a little bit of his limit break while I am getting his kills up. So if you see me kind of just swapping out instead of just like wrecking everything, I am just trying to get Sid's kill count up so that way I kind of progress up through his limit breaks. And with counterattack, kind of like wrecks on that, but I don't really care, it's fine. It doesn't really ruin anything for me. As long as I get a kill, it doesn't really matter for me. Sid actually gets some pretty interesting like limit breaks. Like his first one is like boost jump, which he just launches in the air and just slams in the ground. And I can't remember if Dynamite is level 1, but that one's actually kind of cool too, because like he has a cigarette in his mouth and he'll light his cigarette with the grenade and he'll just chuck the grenade into the group. That's one of the few limit breaks that actually kind of sucks when it's single target, because AoE blasts, like, it doesn't, for some reason, like the way that it's built doesn't really do the best amount of damage, even though it is directly hitting something. So it's actually best like when it's on an AoE basis. That's just weird. I guess it's just the way that, in a sense, like it's a grenade, so I guess the shockwave blast will be, I don't know, I guess if you're hiding behind something, like it wouldn't be as difficult. But I don't know. He has like, I think like I can't remember the name of it, but it's like a dragon that I think recovers both HP and MP. But obviously, we'll see it whenever I finally get it, and then I'll be able to see like how right I am. But he also does like this other crazy jump shot where he'll just like, what is it? I can't remember what it's even called. I almost want to call it Hang 'em High, but that literally reminds me of like the Halo map. But with that, he just launches on top of like the enemy, just like springboards, just slam, slam, slam. So it's actually really good against single target, but once you get high wind, it is just like, every time you see that move, it's just insane. I think it hits like 18 times. Alright, Coast of the Soul. Alright, let's do this. So now I'm going to be going all the way to my tiny Bronco. But first, we're going to go to this house. You guys. Don't do it. He's going to wreck. He's going to hit you. He's going to hit you. Oh, no, he's not. Give me that double kill. Boom. Right. So I believe if you don't get the tiny Bronco yet, and you first go into this house, this guy is actually not here. Huh. Another customer. You sure picked an out-of-the-way place, but if it's the keystone you're looking for, you're too late and don't have it. Oh, keystone? What is he talking about? What? You didn't come here for that? No, I'm just here to get some limit breaks, but, you know, whatever. Keystone sounds important. The keystone is the key that unlocks the gate to a very old temple somewhere. Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense since his name is Key. You're not going to believe your ears, but I heard it was the Temple of the Ancients. Temple of the Ancients? Ha ha ha. Don't take it seriously, it's just a legend. Well, I think he's wrong. So where is the keystone, since we're actually talking to him? I sold it already. Yeah, well, to tell the truth, I didn't really want to sell it, but that guy had a way about him that made you feel like it may not be a good idea not to sell it to him. Who did you sell it to? The manager of the Gold Saucer. I think his name was Dio. Said he was going to put it in his museum, and then he took off out of here. Nice. So now I gotta talk to this Dio. Hopefully he's not busy since he said he was a very busy man, but, you know, I gotta thank him for giving me my ride. Come on, it's only a legend. What if it were true? That sure would be something, huh? Now that you mention it, I've heard of something called ultimate destruction magic. It's supposed to be hidden somewhere in the Temple of Ancients. Ultimate destruction magic? Come on, I said don't take it seriously. But I mean, the fact that you had a keystone, it has to exist, right? Alright, let's change the subject. All the weapons you see here I made myself, but lately I haven't been able to get materials. Hey, you wouldn't happen to have any mithril on you, would you? I'll trade you something good if you could spare some. Oh, well, I just so happen to get some. Hey, thanks. Alright, you can help yourself to either a big or small box. Well, I'm gonna go up here to get this. Get out of my word. I want my item. What? Can I get it? Why can't I? Oh my god. Why can't I get? There we go. Great gospel. That is her limit break. Awesome. Alright. Before I even forget, she's actually not at that threshold yet, but it's actually pretty nice since I already have level 3. All I would have to do is just use that limit break like 5 or 8 more times, then I'll get the next one, and then I will show you how broken her level 4 is, which probably why it's so hidden, just because of the fact of how broken it is that you wouldn't want to like cheese through like specific things. I wouldn't want to spoil anything if you haven't seen it yet, so I'm not going to tell you, but we'll for sure see it. I promise you that. Alright, now that I got that, I'm gonna just move on to the actual story. So hopefully you guys kind of enjoyed this. I know like Aeris's special limit break is kind of like a lot of people like always want to see it, so I definitely will showcase eventually of what it's going to be about. So now that we finished Yuffie section, we kind of did this little sub part, but the reason why I just recorded this is because not only to show it, but it actually has some ties to the story in order to figure out where to go next, because we kind of got planted over in Wutai area, and it's just like, oh, we gotta go to the Temple of the Ancients. We're just like, well, what the heck is that? So going forward, we pretty much just somehow just stumbled upon this house, just randomly talked to him, and figure out the best lead of all, which is where Dio is located. So we're gonna have to go to Coral, go to Gold Saucer, talk to Dio, and try to see if we can get the keystone from him, and then go to the Temple of the Ancients. But that's gonna be on next time, so don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed this. If you haven't subscribed and you want to continue on the Final Fantasy series, please subscribe, because we are going to be continuing on, and this is probably going to be where things are going to get so much better, especially when it comes down to the lore aspect. So I will catch you guys later.